Hi, friends, and welcome to my vinyl plethora. I haven't been getting a lot lately. Trying to, save money, and but this is my most recent vinyl finds, and I did a small purge, and so that's where a lot of these came from. Because I sold them and then I traded in for them, and then so one of my coworkers or friends, employees, whatever you want to call, um, Trisha, she had a friend that was getting rid of some albums. Um, she sold most of them. There were some I really, really wanted, but I understood. But she did give me a few, and a couple I was just ecstatic over, and some I was like, whatever. But uh, she did give me a copy of Queen the Game. At one point, I had this like, I'm gonna buy a Queen album, one Queen album a month. This was a couple years ago. I think I did that was 3 months, and I had another one, um, the one with the creepy robot cover, and so this is now my fifth Queen album. I believe they have 13 total. This is their 1980 album. This is a record store, or not a record club. So I think that's the R. I think that's BMG. Um, this is the one with another one by Sudesk and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. But I have another Queen album in my collection now. This is probably like the fifth time I've had this album. I always get rid of it, but I had fun listening to it again, and it still has a hype sticker on it, so I might keep this one. And my friend gave it to me, so that's... Where's the freaking year? Anyways, it's Huey Lewis and the New Sports, and I feel like just about everybody probably has this album. But see, it's got the hype sticker, and... Oh, you can't read the price tag. Still has the price tag on it, but it's been rubbed off. But, of course, Heart of Rock and Roll, I Want a New Drug, Heart and Soul. If this is it, please let me know. So now she knows I love this band, and she's like, so I set these aside for you because I know how much you love them. I got really excited when I first saw them because I was like, if these are like OGs, I'm gonna die, but they are bootlegs. But the Tool, oh, the Tool. I believe this is 96, Enema. And it's on like blue transparent vinyl. It sounds pretty good for a bootleg, and I'll accept any format. Just as long as I have it on vinyl, and I love it. And I was just very, 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 very happy. Kind of, in my opinion, the last great Tool album. In Nautilus and Neuter, whatever, that one's pretty decent, but Noctic, I don't know. They all have such weird names. I believe Enema is how you say that, but it has that weird symbol in front of it. And I just think Maynard is just a freaking genius. So the one that makes me cry, because I came home and I was so excited. I put it on the turntable and I put the needle down, and I wasn't paying attention because I was just so excited and warped as fuck. The first record, you couldn't play it. It was just bad. And I immediately took, my needle off the record. Take the needle off the record. Take the needle. Actually, I'm supposed to put the needle on the record when the drum beat goes. That is not Tool. Anyways, yeah. Also a bootleg, but maybe one day I'll either get the reissue or the OG or something. But Undertow is their first full-length album, 1993, I believe. Yeah, 93. You can actually see the back through the cover, or through the frame. So I decided I would frame it and taunt myself every day, being very sad that I can't listen to it, because this is freaking brilliant. I love this album. And why I don't have it in my collection, Opiate is the only one up until now. I don't know why. I love Tool. I love Pucifer. Perfect Circle I never really got into, so any suggestions on where I should start if I do decide to check it? I've never even heard a Perfect Circle song, which is crazy weird because I love all things Maynard. He got really good wine too. Oh, very depressing, but it's very beautiful on my wall, right? Very beautifully framed. Then there's this place down the street, Vintage Stock or something like that. They have a piss poor vinyl section. Um, but I noticed I was like, oh, they have, because for the most part it's all new. And then I was like, oh, there's a little used section. And this little ditty, Miss Badu, if I want to tell you, you know, like Badu, gotta tell you the truth. Better call Old Town Road, but you can't use my phone. I love me some Badu. Anyways, Erykah Badu, Worldwide Underground. This is her 2003 album. This is a 2020 press. I guess somebody didn't like it because I got it for $8. Or I said 2020. It's 2022 press. It's on purple vinyl. I don't like taking them out. I know some people show the labels, and if you're annoyed that I don't show the labels and annoyed that I don't show the colored, I guess I could just like take them all out of the sleeves when I'm showing them, and that would make things a little easier, but I'm lazy. You're getting to see the cover. I'm telling you about them. But if you want me to show the labels and you want me to show the colored vinyl more frequently, then leave me a little message and say, please do that. It would make me happy, and I'll try to make you happy. Love of My Life, though, it's way different than the single version. I like the version on here, but it's way different from the single version. This Icicle. So I had this digitally for quite a while. This came out in 2018. I love the idea of it. I love the concept of it. It's just, it is songs just completely remixed and crazy by Moby, Rack, Trop Killers, Crystal Method, Paul Oakenfold. This is Billy Idol revitalized. Probably my favorite one on here, I mean, To Be a Lover is just, it's kind of sped up, and oh, I love that one. The Rebel Yell one is really cool. It's got Eyes Without a Face. Dancing with Myself is just whatever, because I don't really, like, I'm so over that song, because I feel like that, and honestly, White Wedding, people think of, you know, or Moni Moni, which isn't even his song. Oddly enough, there isn't a remix of that on here. There was some that, and I think like a really cool remix of Cradle of Love would have been an awesome addition to this. But the White Wedding mix is so freaking cool. It's just, it gets this, and oh, it's so, White Wedding, it's so cool. I love it so much. You're welcome. I have been wanting their third album on vinyl. It's my favorite album of theirs, but the only time, I've only seen it a couple of times, it's always been anywhere from like 50 up. I think I once saw it for like 120. I don't know if that was an OG, because I don't know if it was printed in 1992 or pressed in 1982. Maybe European, I don't know. But I did find Faith No More, Who Cares a Lot, the greatest hits. And this is a different, this is not the original cover, but this guy's getting his nuts stomped. So by ballet slippers. Fishnut stockings and ballet slippers. Stomping the nuts. He seems kind of okay with it, right? He's like, I'm kind of, I kind of like, I kind of like it, but maybe I don't, because they're stomping my nuts, but, you know, nut stomper. Oh, gosh, but, I mean, their wonderful cover of Easy, I think that's just so brilliant. Small Victory is just, that song is it. I love it. It's got Epic, We Care a Lot. Falling to Pieces, Midlife Crisis, some later, actually, no, I never listened to side 4, oops, my bad. I started a joke, which I believe that is Bee Gees cover, and then is Ashes to Ashes. I'm wondering if that's the Bowie, so, I guess I'll have to listen to the lost side of the second disc. Whoops, I just realized that I must have not listened to it, because none of those look familiar. So my friend Christy, Joe Bob, Pretty Princess, my very first Seattle friend, actually 25 years in August that we've been friends. She loves this band so much. And I remember I saw this and I texted her because they just did this album came out in 1997, the year we met. And so they just did an anniversary pressing of it. And she loves this band. And I saw it and I texted a picture of it to her and she's like, I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna go buy it. And I went back 2 weeks later and they still had it. I felt like that was this because I said no. I'm like, no, I'm not going to spend the money. But I went back 2 weeks later and they still had it. And this is Pennywise Full Circle. And they're, you know, punk as punk can be. And just such a fun record. I mean, Fight Till You Die, the opening track, is just fantastic. And I'm really, really happy to have this in my collection. I know a lot of people aren't very familiar with who Pennywise is. I don't know anything more than their songs and the name of the band. And this album came out in 1987. I knew nothing about this band, except I really, really, really like this record. This one was kind of disappointing, but I saw it, this was at Barnes & Noble's, and I saw it on the clearance, and it was 25%, it was 50% of it. So it's been there for since I moved here. It's been in the clearance area. They finally marked it down to I want to say $7, and then I have the Barnes & Noble card thing, so then I got the additional 10% off. It's $5 or something like that for this brand new. I've been wanting to add more of their collection. I wasn't familiar with anything. I hadn't heard anything off this album. This is their 2019 album. This is Sleater-Kinney. The Center Won't Hold. Maybe I should have read a little bit more about it. I didn't enjoy it. Maybe I need to listen to it again. So if anybody has any thoughts on this album, but I don't know, it didn't feel like Sleater-Kinney to me. And I really love the cover. It's fantastic, but... And hello, I'm Lip Eye. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. So I'm going to listen to it a couple more times and see if I can dig it. But yeah, that first listen just wasn't where it was at for me. So happy to have some of his older... I have his two, I guess compilations. They're duet albums, In Spite of Ourselves. I can't remember the second one. But this is John Prine's debut album from 1971. And what a fantastic debut is this. It is so good. And it has one of my probably... within my top 50 favorite songs of all time, Angel of Montgomery. Love the Bonnie Raitt version, love John Denver's version, but John Prine's is really where it's at. And he's just, I feel like, I mean, he was pretty damn popular, but I feel pretty underrated. And I don't, I say John Prine to people, and I'm like, who? Who's that? I'm like, really? I mean, you should at least know, in the later years, In Spite of Ourselves. You dumb. All right, so now to the trade, and that's what we have left here. I went to this place where, it was slowly becoming, one of my favorite record stores in Kansas City, and I'm not going to say the name. But it left such a bad taste in my mouth. I know that when you're trading and when you go to a record store, I'm not going to get what I would get if I sold it through Discogs or eBay or something like that. I haven't got the time, and I just, the patience, my fear is that I'm going to sell something, and I know my ass ain't going to go to the damn post office and mail it, and then I'm going to get bad feedback because I took 16 years to mail it to him, and it's not that I'm trying to stiff him. I'm just freaking busy. I work all the time. I don't want to go to the damn post office. Okay? It's just as simple as that. So, yeah, I could have got a lot more money. But I had albums in there that I know that I could have sold on Discogs for well over $100. And it was a slap in the face. And I had about 45 albums. And we're talking mint to near mint, all of them, and all titles that they would have been able to sell minimum $20 each, if not way higher. Now, again, I'm not expecting to walk in there. I think if I would have sold them online, yeah, I probably could have got, $6 to $900, depending. It wasn't, I wanted to do trade. I wanted to, you know, maybe get a little extra money, but I just wanted to get some new albums, and it's getting overbearing. And there's some titles that it was time for them to go. And he offered me $75 and treated me like I was a moron. And that pissed me off. I was like, yeah, I kind of know what I have here. And he goes, I'm not giving you what you could get on Discogs for it. And I'm like, I'm not asking for that, but I'm asking you to be a little fairer than you are. And that was $75 trade. So I'm just saying. So I even debated. I almost did it just because I was like, I just want to get rid of these. I need these out. I got more room on my shelves now. I just need to let these go. And I was just like, no, this isn't right. These people are actually taking advantage of me, and they think I'm stupid. They think I don't know what I have. So, and I couldn't find anything I wanted there anyways. So I left, and I left with a very bad taste in my mouth. And I don't know that I'm going to go back to that record store. So I was going to just head home. And then I decided, well, I'll just, I'll look up, you know, record stores near me. And there was another one like 15 minutes away. It was in it was on the Kansas side. I can't remember the name of the town, but the place was called Brothers. I went in there. They were very nice. They were brothers, and I believe. And just a small little store, nice little collection. And they have a little toy store next door as well, where they do vintage toys. And, you know, I told them, I said I had some records in the car. I kind of told them what had happened. And, you know, when it comes down to it, I think I got $200 in cash and roughly a little over $100 in trade. And I felt that that was somewhat fair. Yeah, again, I could have got more online, but I wasn't looking to get $1 million. I was looking to just be able to pick up some new records and get rid of some old ones that kind of had served their purpose in my collection. A couple years down the road, I'm probably going to regret getting rid of some of these titles, and I'm not going to tell you what they were. But yeah, so just I'm rambling on, so without any more delay, I know. Best of the Thompson Twins. This is the remixes, though. This is the greatest mixes. This was the very first Thompson Twin that I ever owned, and I had it on cassette. And so it was kind of that nostalgic thing. And I have most of their albums in my collection, and I was just really, like, I've been wanting this for a while, and it's the Gold Stamp promo. So I just have nothing but wonderful memories of just listening to this on repeat. And really excited. I don't ever see this band anywhere. I didn't even know this album existed. This is their 1994 album. I believe it's their third. The Soup Dragons, Hydrophonic. And it is also a Gold Stamp promo. I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet, but their first album, Love God, is probably, it's up there, like probably in, yeah, my top at least 100 favorite albums of all time. Love that album so much. I'm so excited to give this a listen. I had to. Their 1983 debut, frickin' Suicidal Tendencies. Oh my gosh, I was just having so much fun listening to this. I probably shouldn't. These songs are terrible. I mean, I Shot the Devil, Two-Sided Politics, Institutionalized. I'm not on drugs, Mom. You're on drugs. I'm not on drugs. You're on drugs. I'm not. You're on drugs. He's on drugs. I saw your mommy, and she was in pieces, and oh my. And then what's his Mike or something? I can't remember the Eddie. I don't know what the lead singer's name is. I think he's the only. They're still doing stuff, but I think he's the only original member left. But yeah. Freaking Suicidal Tendencies. I need more of this band in my life. I can't believe this is the first album of theirs that I have. It's not on a sleeve because it's on the turntable because I've played it like 4 or 5. Alive and Kicking, another one of my absolute favorite songs. I remember that video. I love that backing vocalist. I need to really look up and see what her name is. And I remember the video, they're like on this mountain or something, the water, the ocean. It's just so beautiful, and she's like, ooh, ooh, and yeah, and she's a big woman, and she's got a big voice, and oh, I just love it. Throw some gospel singer up in my song. That's what she, her voice just reminds me of, she's wailing at church. So good. 1985, right? Yeah, 1985, Once Upon a Time, Simple Minds. Another band that I need more of them in my collection, but so happy that they had this. Yes, it is an original UK press of Seventh Dream of Teenage Heaven, Love and Rockets. So good. And of course on Beggar's Banquet. I definitely need more of them in my life. And yeah, I have their second album. Now I have their first. I don't need any more. Stone Temple Pilots debut core. And yeah, it brought me right back to 1992. And how much I loved this record and how obsessed I was with this over and over and over and over again. Dead and Bloated, Sex Type Thing, Wicked Garden, Creep. Oh, so good. And finally, I know, took you long enough, Craig, but yeah, Cars debut, finally, and what a debut, what a debut. It's finally in the collection. Yeah. I only have 2 car albums. I have Heartbeat City and this one. I'm kind of dumb. Yeah. 1978. Good Time Roll, Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed. Moving in Stereo. So good. Yeah. So, I have Instagram. I think I've mentioned it before. Feel free to follow me. I pretty much post pictures of records I'm listening to that day and pictures of my dog. Randomly, you might see a picture of me, but very rare. It's mostly the dog and the records, because that's the most important things in my life, the dog and the records. And it is at Kreggers, Kreggers, and that's Kreggers, Kreggers. And feel free to, I opened it up, so you can follow me if you want to, or you cannot. The choice is yours. But as always, thanking you